Okay, g'day guys. So today we are doing the tricep skull crusher off a cable machine. Fantastic exercise to keep tension through those working triceps if you struggle, say on the negative phase or the eccentric phase of the lift when you're using a barbell or a dumbbell. This will keep that tension locked on and a really good alternative tool for you to use to grow these triceps. What we need to understand with our triceps is that, or any lift, is that the most stable bone will always, or the least stable bone will always move to the most stable bone. So why is that important to us? Well, when we're executing our skull crusher, here is obviously the least stable bone. So what that means for us is that we need to create as much stability through this working joint and this bone, or these bones, or this bone, should I say, here. Okay, so how do we do that? How do we create stability through our upper arm or our arm in order to create as much tension and stability through this working joint here? Well, it's just like we would with a bench press. We're going to pull our shoulder blades back and down. Now what you'll notice is that your triceps, when you're executing this lift, will come alive. It is one of the best hidden tricks that you can do whenever you're training your arms, is to pull your shoulder blades back and down. By creating stability through this shoulder joint, all of a sudden all that tension, all that force and all that load is traveling straight through the working muscle that we're desired, and that whether that be our biceps or that be our triceps. So let's dive into position here. We'll lighten the load, get into position. Now this is never graceful, but it is what it is. All right, so we're in this position here and we're about to set up. Now what I would do is make sure that when you are setting up, that you're in a position whereby you can keep the load grounded or on the stack. Set yourself up, and then once you get into position, then you're able to grab it and go from that position there. Now, with this, and the reason why we want to do this is because we're looking to we want to get ourselves in a position. Now you can see already that I'm starting to emulate the way I would go about setting up for a bench press. So I'm looking to pull my shoulder blades back and down towards my back pockets, which is going to arch my lower back and keep my chest up nice and tall. Now, your feet position, I am fortunate enough that I have the flexibility and the comfort through my lower back to do this, but some do feel their lower back bunching up, so you can open up your feet position a little bit more. In this particular exercise, all we care about is these shoulder blades being pinned back and down. So if you need to go out a little bit further, you can. Otherwise, you can bring your feet right in and under and really over-exaggerate that thoracic extension. Yeah, so grab a hold of your barbell and get yourself in this position here. Now, what I am doing in here is I'm starting to think straight lines. And what I mean by that is, oh God, I'm gonna lose that. When I'm here, what I'm looking to do is create a straight line of pull. And what that means is that if the weight is pushing down this area here, I want everything to be aligned nice and straight through my triceps and to press up, okay? Where you find a lot of people going wrong with this exercise, especially with, say, a curly bar or an easy bar, is that their hands are in here but their elbows are flaring right out. So they end up doing this, and this is what can cause some serious elbow injuries. So what I want you to do is think about pulling those shoulder blades back and down, but driving those elbows in so that we have a nice straight line of pull. So when I grab a hold, here we go, this is the least graceful part. When I grab a hold of the barbell, what I am looking to do is firstly set myself up in position so my shoulder blades are back and down. My feet can be anywhere, but that's where I want to set up. Hopefully that's not playing with the mic too much. Now, from here, I'm looking to drive my elbows in. So you're going to feel your lats come on even a little bit more when you do this. And this is the position that I want to be in. Now, what I would think about too is that potentially my hands need to align with my elbows. So I might take my hands out a little bit wider, and here is where I want to be. Now, we're going to go down to our forehead, but you can see that if I'm in this position here, okay, the tension normally wouldn't be a great deal in this position here because I can just hold out and sort of relax, all right? So what I want you to think about is that when we execute this lift, we're actually going to, instead of coming up and back, or up and sort of forward towards your toes, I want you to think about pressing up towards the sky. So we're going to drop these elbows slightly back. You're going to feel a great deal more tension through these triceps, and this is going to keep the tension on the triceps the entire time because you're going to press up towards the top section of the rack. So we are pressing almost up and out, okay? We're going to squeeze hard at the top and control your negative. And keep those elbows driving in. You'll notice under fatigue, your elbows are going to want to flare out, and all of a sudden you're going to be in this position here. That's when we want to start thinking about putting the weight down. Want these elbows in, straight line of pull, up and down, okay? Press them there. There's a bit of a, so when it comes to full range of motion, there's a bit of a fine line. Well, yeah, there's a fine line between sort of cutting that off and keeping that tension on. So what I want you to do is just adjust your elbow position so that your elbows are slightly back and you feel that tension through your triceps, but you're not so far back that it's you're kind of getting cutting off or you cut off because of your bicep, okay? So we still want those triceps tall, so you're getting all the way down, all the way up, okay? However, if we just tilt them slightly back and we keep that full range, then we're good to go. All right, team, that there is how you want to go about executing a cable tricep skull crusher.